Little People, Big Dreams. Jean-Michel Basquiat. Written by Maria Isabel Sanchez Vegara and illustrated by Luciano Lozano. Jean-Michel was a talented boy from Brooklyn, whose mother was Puerto Rican and father was Haitian. He was only 4 when he started drawing, eager to show the world what a great artist he could be. For Jean-Michel, a perfect Saturday was going to Manhattan with his mother to visit its wonderful museums. Back home, he spent all afternoon drawing cartoons on scrap paper while listening to music with his father. One day, when he was 7, Jean-Michel was hit by a car while playing in the street. He had to rest in bed for weeks. To help pass the time, his mother gave him the most useful present he could have received, an anatomy book. Skulls, teeth, guts, skins, skeletons. The book was simply fascinating. Going through its pages, Jean-Michel realized how powerful and fragile the human body is. He decided to use all he had learned in his paintings. Things turned upside down when his mother got ill. Jean-Michel dropped out of school and ran away from home. Luckily, he found his place in City As School, an unconventional setting where he met other artists like him. Not long afterward, the city of New York woke up with messages spray-painted on buildings all over Manhattan. They were signed with a name that Jean-Michel and his friend Ad Diaz had made up, Samo. It was the beginning of the graffiti era, and Jean-Michel was at the center of it. In the blink of an eye, he went from selling t-shirts and homemade postcards to becoming the new star of the art scene. Locked up in his studio, Jean-Michel spent hours on the floor, mixing pencils, oil sticks, and crayons with cut-up quotes he found in comics and history books. The result was a beautiful mess of paintings that people fell in love with. Jean-Michel believed that everyone deserves a place in art. Instead of painting kings and queens like many other artists, he turned his paintbrush to waiters, cooks, prisoners, and himself. If there was someone he wanted to meet, it was the famous Andy Warhol, one of his idols. After their first lunch, Jean-Michel went home, and within 2 hours, he sent Andy a wet painting of the two of them. It was the beginning of a great friendship. Jean-Michel and Andy spent lots of time together, working, painting, and going to parties. They were the brand new painter and pop art legend, the craziest pair on the scene. In less than 10 years, Jean-Michel made thousands of paintings and drawings. But he was also a poet, a musician, and a graffiti prodigy who influenced the work of many artists that came after him. And by painting life in his own unique way, Jean-Michel became one of the most important artists of the 20th century. The talented child who once told his father, "Papa, I'm going to be famous." Jean-Michel Basquiat was born in Brooklyn, New York, as the second of 4 children to Mathilde and Gerard Basquiat. His older brother, Max, died before his arrival, but he had 2 younger sisters, Lisanne and Janine. His mother, Mathilde, was a key source of encouragement to her bright young son, who had learned to read, write, and draw by the age of 4. His copy of Gray's Anatomy, which Mathilde gave him as he recovered from a car accident, sparked a keen interest in the human form. Jean-Michel's parents divorced when he was a teenager, and he went to live with his father after his mother was admitted to a mental institution. He fought with his father and left home at age 17, supporting himself by selling t-shirts and homemade postcards. Around that time, he moved his canvas to the street, painting late at night on buildings in New York's East Village. Although he lacked formal training, Jean-Michel understood the power of combining image and word, and used his art to express the things around him, from high culture to jazz. Able to reduce his subject matter to its basic form, his portraits spoke boldly about racism and social inequality. His first painting sold for $25,000, propelling him to fame, and he gathered friends, including Andy Warhol, with whom he collaborated on 25 shows. Jean-Michel revolutionized the art world and changed perceptions on what art could be, a springboard for deeper truths, as he once described it. Although he died young, his work is the greatest single influence on street art culture around the world today.